What's going on, everybody? Ballard here with the recording video. Just going to use my phone for these. I did want to use StreamYard to kind of get some good banners up. I've been so busy lately. I'm starting off the school semester and everything. In fact, I do have to get going to class soon after I record these two videos, but we'll go ahead and get Ohio State, Texas. The spread is 5.5 Ohio State. Again, don't blame them for favoring Ohio State. They've looked good in these playoffs so far since the loss to Michigan. They've looked really, really good, beating teams like Oregon in the last round. They look really good, even against Oregon the first time, probably one of the games of the year in the regular season. But they've looked really solid against teams like Penn State or whoever, right? Who's one of our other semifinal teams going to play in the Orange Bowl against Notre Dame. And we'll look at that game here after this one. But 5.5 point spread, Ohio State should be a really close, really interesting game. But I think my prediction might surprise some people. I think that when I look at this game, I do look at Caleb Downs on defense for Ohio State and what he's been able to do. I do look at Henderson in the run game. I look at Emeka Ibuka. I look at Will Howard, and I say that's a great group of guys. They got great guys on defense. They got great guys on offense. You look at Texas with Isaiah Bond and Quinn Ewers, and you look at all these guys. I think you're getting a game that could be a classic. In fact, it's called the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic, right? But I look at this game and I say these are two historic teams. These are both teams that have somewhat of a national title drought. Of course, Texas winning back in 05 in the Rose Bowl over USC. And then, of course, Ohio State winning back in the first ever college football playoff when we had the 4-team era. They won over, well, you guessed it, Oregon that year. And Urban Meyer was able to get a national title. The thing is about these two teams, Ryan Day has been to a national title back in the COVID year against Alabama, whereas Sark, even though it was 1 year, it was last year, he has not been yet. Can he get over the hump and win the big one? I think you got to ask that for both of these coaches. Someone's got to win this game. And then what's also cool is, and again, I'm not trying to get too far into it with Notre Dame and Penn State, but I think for all four of these teams, you have coaches that you ask, when are they going to win a big one? Well, only one team can win. It's not going to end in a tie. Someone's got to lose. But someone within these four teams is going to get their first title as a head coach. You have preeminent, like, standard programs of college football in Notre Dame and Penn State, and you got that here in this game with Ohio State and Texas. I just look at this and I say, this could go either way. This really could. I like Quinn Ewers a little bit more than Will Howard. I think Will Howard's great. I like Isaiah Bond a little bit more than Emeka Ibuka. Again, I think Emeka Ibuka and company for Ohio State is really, really great. There's something about Texas this year, and I've been going on and on about it all year long in the off season. And I think last year in the semifinal against Washington, you see them lose. You see Washington and Kalen DeBoer go to the Natty. Okay, so you look at that. I saw a couple different things on social media about Texas. Oh, well, Texas Cinderella run ends here. And then I saw some people like me that were like, well, maybe they'll be back. They'll be good. And, we're expanding the playoffs. They should be one of the 12 best teams. But how many people expected them to actually get back to a semifinal and possibly, win this game and be in a national championship? I did. I thought so. And I do think they're going to. I think this will be a really good game, good showdown. Great defenses on both sides, great offenses, especially. I think you're going to see a little bit of good defense. You might see some picks. You'll probably see a punt or two. But overall, I just see a high scoring fest. I really do. And I'm going to take Texas to win. And call me crazy. I think it could be a close game late, but could they put the final nail in the coffin and win big? Are they up by three? They have the ball, and it's not quite enough time to run the clock out or something. And maybe they're first and goal and then get on the board again. Maybe. I got them winning by 10. I'm going to go 45-35 Texas over Ohio State. And you can call me crazy. I know it's just a prediction. It's fun to predict. That's kind of why I do this. Um, I wouldn't call it a blowout though. I mean, 10 points is only two possessions, and heck, it's really not even two full possessions. It's not two touchdowns. It's a field goal and a touchdown. But I just look at this game and I say, something's got to give for Texas. I really think so because Ryan Day has struggled to win the big games, even though he did make a national title one time, but also so has Sarkeesian. And I understand that. I think you asked that for all of these coaches is only one of these coaches is going to win a national title. But each of them have something in common where programs and based on their history, they've been great. But when it comes to that big game, can they do it? Can they get it done? I trust Sark a little bit more than Ryan Day in this game. I really do. I just think Texas has been on a mission. I don't expect a huge blowout. It wouldn't shock me if it came down to the wire, final seconds, if it was less than 10 points at the end of the game. But I mean, I'm just throwing scores out there. I really hate that I have to. Well, I know I don't have to, but it's fun to predict a score. Just know that it's nothing personal against Ohio State or anything. I just think that you got two really good programs, and ultimately, I would take Texas to win. I would take the points on Texas. I just think they're more prepared. I think they're ready. It's in the Cotton Bowl, and it's in their backyard at AT&T Stadium. And again, the winner of this goes to Atlanta for the national title. So I'm not ready to predict national champions yet. We'll get to that when we get the game set. But I am ready to predict these games here that are happening in a couple days. And I say a couple days. We got one tonight. We got one tomorrow. But anyway, I got Texas. I got Texas winning this one. We'll see it for the Orange Bowl preview. I love you. God bless. Jesus loves you. And we'll see you next time here at Ballard Sports Media. Bye. Love